okay? We can all win. And we're sometimes taught in our societies that we have to compete and we have to hold each other back in order for one of us to succeed. That is not true. We need each other. And all over the world, we have to be a team of women and girls who love each other and value each other and cherish one another. Because if we don't cherish each other, no one else will. So let's start there and start working together and find a way that we're going to lift up some other girl in our lives. Maybe it's a little sister, a neighbor, but you can be a mentor today. So do that. Do that work now. Get in the habit of that. All right? You all with me? You all have to be my soldiers, right?
During a 2016 DNC speech as the first African-American First Lady, Michelle Obama made an impactful remark about the unease she felt living in a home that was built by slave labor. In a powerful quote, seen here in a clip from ABC.
The story of generations of people who felt the lash of bondage, the shame of servitude, the sting of segregation, but who kept on striving and hoping and doing what needed to be done so that today I wake up every morning in a house that was built by slaves.
I think one of the most difficult and shameful aspects of American history is the history of slavery. And the fact that you have citizens whose ancestors were treated so terribly, were enslaved, weren't considered equals, weren't considered human beings. It's a legacy that lives on still to this day. I mean, you can still see the effects of it in the southern parts of the US. So for Michelle Obama, there was a lot of meaning to first just being the first African-American, first family, just living in this house, but her acknowledging the fact that this was a house that had been built by slaves. She held very personally the fact that the US had come a long way, but there's a huge stain on its history. And it's not something that is going to go away overnight. It's something that the U.S. still continues to grapple with. But I think for both Barack and Michelle, they really understood the significance of their election.
Reparations.
And it wasn't lost on them, that only, a couple hundred years ago, their ancestors would have
You
been
need
enslaved.
reparations for foundational Black Americans.
Hello, everyone, and may I say for the last time officially, welcome to the White House. So don't be afraid. Do you hear me? Young people, don't be afraid. Be focused. Be determined. Be hopeful. Be empowered. Empower yourselves with a good education. Then get out there and use that education to build a country worthy of your boundless promise. Lead by example with hope, never fear.
The political landscape of the United States has shifted dramatically since the days of the Obama administration, but nonetheless, the impact of the